Hello, Identity 5 gamers! Today, we're going to be making a tier list. That's right, I've been seeing some other people making some tier lists recently, so I kind of want to jump on the bandwagon. However, I'm not making a meta tier list, a skill tier list. I am making a tier list based on how hype characters are to watch. Not to play as, not to go up against, but to watch from a spectator's perspective. So here we go. We got the whole list of every character in the game here. We're going to be rating both survivors and hunters in this video. We've got, at the very top, we've got the hype tier, which is for, obviously, the hypest characters in the game. We've got the exciting tier, which are maybe not, like, peak, but really get my blood pumping when I get to see them in a tournament setting or, you know, spectating the pros, guessing ranks, all that good stuff that I do on this channel. Then I have the fun to watch tier, which is, like, you know, pretty standard. Like, if it's a character that, you know, has a unique ability or can do something, it's just like, okay, they're fun to watch, sure. For the meta tier, these are going to be the more slower paced characters that just aren't really that exciting to see on screen. A lot of the decoders are probably going to be like down in the meta tier for survivors, and the more campy hunters are probably going to be down in meh for me. And then we have the lame tier, which I don't think too many characters fall into this tier, but if you've been around on this channel, you probably know who I'm going to put in there. But yeah, there's probably not too many characters that would fall into the lame tier, but we have it there just as, like, you know, for the bottom of the barrel characters that I think are pretty boring. And then rarely seen / hidden potential. These are going to be characters that I personally have not seen enough of yet, because I am still relatively new to the IDV scene, so I don't have all the knowledge of, like, previous years and what hunters shined in the past, or what survivors were good in the past. I only really know what's been good for, like, the past half year and whatnot. But before we begin, a few disclaimers. One, this is mainly going to be just, like, talking about characters. There's not going to be any, like, super exciting visuals. So if you want to tab out and listen to this on the background, feel free to do so, or if you want to skim around and find your favorite characters, feel free to do that as well. Secondly, this is just my opinion. You are completely fine to disagree with me. This is not an objective tier list by any means. This is 100% subjective, just my opinions from a spectator's perspective. That is it. And lastly, I think every character in this game has the potential to be hype, but this is specifically on average how often a character is hyped. So for example, let's say Lucky Guy, you know, let's just say he's here. Let's say I thought Lucky Guy was lame, but, you know, every person has abilities to rock eye, every survivor has the ability to outpace, outsmart a hunter, and same thing with hunters for survivors. Every hunter and every survivor do have hype moments. They can be hype. Everybody has that potential to be hype, but this is more of a, are they hype often? Are they hype, like, on average to watch? You know, that's kind of where this list is. So I just want to make that as a disclaimer that, again, every character can be hype. With all that said, on to the first character here. We have Lucky Guy. And I'm going to put Lucky Guy in exciting, actually. The thing is, Lucky Guy is the jack of all trades, right? He can adapt to any situation by using his lucky parcel or pulling things out of a chest. He can get flare gun, pocket watch, perfume, syringe to heal if he needs to. He can pull out so many different things. Very adaptable character, very fun character to watch. Played a lot in round ones versus Opera Singer because of veteran speed boost. He could potentially grab a flare gun or a pocket watch to stall for lots of time. He's really fun to watch. He can even get the Explorer book so he can become small and hide. I've seen Luckies do that in round one versus Operas and just waste a ton of their time. It's really fun to watch this character, and when it comes into late game, he can actually, like, cook really well, because you already know that Lucky is most likely going to have a flare gun toward the end game if you are not, you know, going after him. So he can harass, he can support, he has it all, right? He has it all. It does take time, you know, search up the chest, but he does open up chests a little bit faster. But I think Lucky Guy is really cool. Just the fact that he can adapt to any situation is really awesome. And of course, veteran speed boost to, you know, transition away from. Next up, we've got Thief. And Thief, honestly, he's gonna go into meh. He's more, honestly, I want to put him in fun to watch, but that's more like an ironic placement. If I'm being genuine about this, I think he's just in meh. Because the thing is, like, sealing abilities is not cool. Like, it's not cool to watch from a spectator perspective. It's kind of lame. Like, yeah, he looks funny when he's running behind, and when he does get, like, the flashlight stuns, when he, like, sets down a pallet, puts his flashlight behind it, the hunter breaks the pallet, and then they immediately get stunned, so they're stunned for even longer. And then he can transition, start running away while holding out his flashlight, so the hunter has their ability. So that's kind of what he does. It's just kind of the same thing over and over again. He has some interesting harassment. So yes, again, he can be hyped, but more often than not, he's just kind of lame. It's really hard to get the flashlight stuns unless you're, like, really, really good as Thief. And the hunter kind of has to, like, break the pallets for you to do that. So yeah, more often than not, I feel like you know, with meta characters nowadays, they just kind of clip Thief, and he can't really do much. But Again, he's very niche, and he can be fun to watch sometimes, but most of the time, he's just kind of down in meh. And as for Lawyer, yeah, he's gonna go in the same tier. He's a decoder. Don't get me wrong, I know Lawyer is a strong character, probably the best decoder in the game. And when he uses his map and runs around in circles in some tournament games, that's really funny just to get his speed boost. But I don't think they really do that anymore since he did get that nerf, where his speed boost cap is now, I believe it's 3.5 instead of 5%. So they did nerf his speed a little bit, which is honestly needed. And the thing about Lawyer is he's just such like a solid, safe pick. And you see him a lot that I just don't feel like he's super exciting, right? The fact that he can take Terror Shocks is nice for a competitive setting. It's really safe. But Terror Shocks are what make the game exciting. And without getting Terror Shocked, like being able to tank it is like, I don't know. I feel like it can be hyped because it's like, oh my gosh, he can do this without getting Terror Shocked. But at the same time, like a Terror Shock, the risk of a Terror Shock makes things more exciting. Where if you see a Lawyer coming in for a rescue or vaulting something, it's like, well, he's not going to get Terror Shocked, so I know he's going to be fine. So it's like, an unpredictable outcome is what makes things exciting. There's more anticipation behind it. But with Lawyer, there's no anticipation with the Terror Shock. So that's why I think he just kind of falls into meh. And as for Doctor, lame. Yeah, we're sorry. I feel bad. Doc's and lame. I don't think healing is cool. That's self-healing at least, because like what docs do when I see them play is they hide behind pallets and they heal and they get a pallet stun, and it's just rinse and repeat, or it's just body block, run away, heal, body block, run away, heal. And that's not cool. It's just kind of boring, right? It's kind of boring. Like every character can be hype. It can be hype in critical situations and whatnot. But for the most part, it's like Doc can do like two exciting things, and that's again the body block healing, or like barely getting a heal off before she gets downed or something. Otherwise, she's just, you know, kind of boring. Gardner though, I think Gardner's exciting. I think the ability to tank the damage is a lot more exciting than Doctor's take a hit, run away. And you might be thinking, well, oh, Doctor can just tank damage too. Well, the thing is, Doctor has to stay still. Like the whole time. The thing about Gardner is she stands still for like 3 seconds, gets the bubble, and then she can move afterwards with a shield. So she gets the ability to transition with the shield, while the hunter can be like right behind her. So it's like a whole mind game of like, oh my gosh, can she make it to the next area? Can she transition properly before the bubble runs out? Will the hunter know the exact timing to swing, or will they like wait a little bit? It's pretty fun. And like late game bubble clutches, like taking detention hits from a bubble. She can get to dungeon a lot of times if she drops a pallet, sets up a bubble, and then just runs to dungeon. Like, she's one of the best characters to clutch out dungeons if there's like a pallet or something nearby. It's really fun to watch Gardner, in my opinion. I think just the fact that you can reuse the bubble so often as well is so nice. And even though breaking chairs is like really, really niche, when it happens and you break a chair and like somebody struggles free, that's always fun to watch, because then it's like a big momentum shift, because it's like, oh, you thought they got it down, but nope, now they're struggling free. And then Gardner could potentially bubble body block. Like that's the pretty crazy stuff, dude. Gardner is really cool. I feel like she's pretty hard to master. Probably like a low skill floor, but a really high skill ceiling. So I feel like that's where Gardner falls. She's pretty exciting to me. As for Cowboy, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. He used to be exciting, but I think he's just fun to watch now. I think the adjustment, while is good for his character, I think like it's not as hype to watch, because the survivor doesn't get healed. So they're still going to be on the ground, and it kind of just feels more like stalling and running away, as opposed to like, oh, I saved you, now let's get the heck out of here. Now the momentum is completely shift. And that's at least with the rescuing part. His kiting is pretty cool as well. You know, being able to lasso onto stuff, being able to lasso onto the hunter. Again, he is fun to watch. I don't think he's boring by any means. I just think that he used to be more exciting to watch back when the survivor would get healed, because again, the rescuing now just feels more like stalling than anything else, and stalling gameplay isn't as exciting to me as like kiting gameplay. As for female dancer, I'm gonna put her in fun to watch as well. Probably like right below Cowboy, yeah. Dancer's cool. You know, the boxes that she has are cool. The spins that she has are really cool. Being able to set up loops is really nice. The fast boxes are not as good as the slow boxes, but being able to like spin out of them is cool. Whenever she drops down from 2-story air, she gets the speed boost, which can be kind of cool to, you know, get some extra distance away from the hunter. Good kiter, good supporter, and the big brain female dancers that like have a bunch of boxes set up in areas that have like pallets set down over them. Those are always really cool to watch. At the same time, from the hunter perspective, it can probably be pretty annoying. And you know, the hunter being slow, I guess, is you know, you would think like, oh, slower gameplay is more sad. But then because the hunter is slower, that means the dancer looks like she's faster, or when the fast box comes out, then the dancer is faster. So, you know, being able to like change the pace of the match with the boxes are pretty cool. But she's not like, you know, crazy exciting. I think the most fun part about her is honestly the spins. When she can spin once and then twice, because she can get a good amount of distance with that. It's like almost like a flywheel kind of. It gets more distance than a flywheel, and you're not immune to it. But it's kind of cool because if a hunter will swing, you'll move like to the right or whatever, or to the left, so you'll move out of the way and then up. I think that's kind of neat as opposed to just going straight. So from an aesthetic perspective, it's pretty cool as well. Aesthetics do matter, in my opinion, for excitement. So yeah, I'd say Dancer's pretty fun to watch. Next we have Seer. Seer, fun to watch. Thing is, tanking damage, it's fine. I think like when I see a hunter that's doing really bad, like when I see a seer that's kiting like a hunter super well and he's getting like owl after owl after owl, I don't really find that to be super enjoyable, because it's just like, well, now there's no like momentum shifting, right? It just feels like the seer is just kiting like a god and the hunter is just losing constantly, and that's never really fun. I think the most exciting seer moments is when it's a really critical situation and the seer gets like a perfectly timed owl. You know the ones I'm talking about. When the seer gets like a perfectly timed owl. I had a recent video where I saw a seer blink predict with an owl and get it like right on time, or maybe it was a blink reaction. I couldn't even tell, dude. It was pretty crazy. And he can tank detention hits with the owl as well, which is really cool. But yeah, he's not like super exciting, because it's just tanking a hit, right? There's not many too exciting things about tanking a hit. It can honestly be both in hype and in lame, depending on the situation of what like hit he's taking. Like if he's taking a hit like early game and he's like a full health, lame. If he's taking a detention hit when it like, you know, matters if he wins or loses, then it's hype, right? Then it's hype. So I feel like it's very situational excitement around Seer. Which again, you could argue is the same for a lot of characters, but I feel like him specifically, it's very situational, which is honestly pretty much the exact same with Embalmer. The self-rescue, being able to rescue his teammates, it's kind of just the same thing, right? It's kind of the same thing, because it's like when he's kiting, it's not really like super exciting, right? But when he gets like the embalm goes halfway across the map, then the hunter's forced to switch targets, then there could be a potential momentum switch. But again, it's not really super exciting to watch in a lot of situations. It's more just like oh, I need to get rescued so my teammates won't be dying now, and then the hunter has to switch targets now, yay. I don't know. I feel like it's not really super exciting, in my opinion. Prospector is going to be our very first hype character. The thing about Prospector, that I love, dude, is that he is a harasser, he is a kiter, and he can rescue and decode. The thing is, he gets more calibrations faster, and if you get those perfect calibrations, he can actually decode faster, ever so slightly. And obviously, the harassment from Prospector is amazing, because he never runs out of resources, right? The thing about harassers like Coordinator, Antiquarian, they have limited uses on their harassment tools, right? So you're gonna run out eventually. But Prospector has a rechargeable harassment tool, which is really exciting, and it's completely based off of a timer. And you don't even need to be near the hunter to recharge them like Enchantress. So just being able to recharge your harassment tools like throughout the entire game is so nice, because it's like you can use a bunch of your resources early game to harass, and then like by the time late game is around, you have 3 more magnets, right? And then you could just keep pushing and pushing to try and get another, like, you know, end game save if you really wanted to. Like I've seen end game Prospector just go absolutely crazy with the magnets, and it's so fun to watch his support, because he supports, he harasses, he can balloon drop, he can literally just do everything. I think Prospector is insanely hyped to watch. He falls into our first hype category. I feel like a good amount of the harassers are going to be higher up on the tier list, because it's more fun to see like support, harassment, and more interactions with hunters and survivors, as opposed to just like, you know, raw kiting, decoding, whatnot. So Enchantress, she gets exciting for me. She's probably going to be... Yeah, she'll probably be bottom of exciting, because the thing is, like, the little stuns, they're kind of annoying. They're almost annoying to watch at the same time. But again, I feel like it's a lot of situational stuff, and I feel like the 3 stun is more exciting to see when it comes out than the little mini stuns, because they're just so small, so it kind of just feels more like you're getting hit by a fly, as opposed to, like, you know, getting a big whammy, like from a magnet, or Antiquarian stick, or a coordinator gun kind of thing. But regardless, any harassing character is going to fall into exciting. Next up, we've got Wildling, and Wildling is honestly in hype for me. He's in hype. The thing is, he's got the goofiness to him, right? The boar is so stupidly goofy. Honestly, ooh, do I put him above Prospector? These are ordered in tier, by the way. The big question is if I put him above Prospector. Honestly, I don't think that I do, because the boar takes so long to recharge. And And a lot of the time, in tournaments, I only really see him come out against Opera Singer. But this character is just so goofy. He can harass, he can get on the board for speed, and both those things are just so freaking dumb, dude. They're so freaking dumb. And I love that about him. I love that about him. He's just so goofy. And when he does come in for the support, whether he's pushing people, whether he's just pushing the hunter away from their target or balloon rescuing, it's goofy as heck, dude. It is just so freaking goofy. Next up, we've got Acrobat, and he is going to go at the very top of exciting, because his bombs are cool. The 3 abilities that the bombs have, the fact that he can just jump over like so many different little things, get some distance away from the hunter, doesn't really even have to vault. It's a very solid kiter, can support with the bombs. He can rescue, he can just do it all, right? He can do it all. He's a very good character, and he's fit into like every single meta. But he's also just so freaking fun to watch, because like the extra speed that he gets, it just feels like he's always like one step ahead with those bombs. And it just feels like if the hunter uses their abilities to commit, then he just bombs. Like if a Geisha dashes toward him, he bombs. If an Opera Singer, dashes towards him with like a Shadow Dance or a backflip or whatever, he just bombs. Like there's just so many different situations where he just waits for the hunter to use their abilities first, and then he just bombs. I guess the same thing is that you can just wait for the hunter to get close, and then once the Acrobat uses bomb, then you can use your ability. It's just the counterplay there, but I don't know. I feel like he's just like a constant mind game, constant just like fun and goofy character. So yeah, he gets top of exciting. If he could like balloon drop with his bombs though, he'd obviously fall into hype, but I think he's only in exciting for me now. Next up is Magician, and I'm gonna put Magician in. He gets fun to watch, but he's at bottom of fun to watch. I just don't think the wands are that exciting. Honestly, his main ability is the wands, and he gets a speed boost and turns invisible from it, but I don't really feel like the hunter getting disoriented is like exciting, because it's more just like you're trying to confuse them, which I guess is like fine, but I kind of like knowing what's going on when I watch things. But when I just see like a magician be like, oh, now I just have to guess which way he's going, like obviously you can follow the trail, but it can still get kind of messy a lot of the time, and he only gets 3 of them. And it only really helps for kiting. It doesn't really help for support at all. It's really only like self-sustaining. So yeah, he just gets fun to watch. I do think like the wands are like kind of cool. It's not like thief or like lawyer levels, but like, it's not really that exciting because it's just, again, self-sustainment. Actually, now that I'm seeing Magician here, I'm actually gonna move Thief up. I'm actually gonna move Thief above Magician. Yep, I'm putting Thief above Magician. I think, actually, hold on. Yeah, I think Thief can go right here. I'm bumping Thief up to fun to watch. I thought about it a little bit more. Yeah, I'll put Thief up here. I'm thinking about like just the flashlight palette things, and it's like, yeah, you can also support with that. So I feel like more self-sustainment should be below like self-sustainment and support. Like if you can support and self-sustain, you're obviously gonna be more hyped than somebody who can only self-sustain. Explorer. I hate to say it, guys, but he's meh. He's a decoder. He hides. He doesn't interact. He's a decoder. Obviously, like the most hype that he can get is when he hides for like a dungeon or like an end game, get out the gate somehow. But like hiding is not cool. Like it's more like anticipation. It's like, oh, it's suspenseful. It's like, oh my gosh, will he get out? But then like there are times when it's just like you were just waiting and waiting and waiting. And like I've seen some matches where explorers will like sit near dungeon and the hunters nearby, so they have heartbeats that don't get crows, and you're just like, well, they're gonna have to move eventually. And it's just like, will the hunter find them first? Will they overcommit out of the range of Tinnitus and let them get dungeon? It's just like, oh my gosh, sometimes it can go on for like 2, 3, 4 minutes, and it's just like, come on, hurry up. Like, I don't know. In my opinion, I think, again, he can be hyped, but on average, he's just decoding and hiding. So it's just, yeah, he just falls into meh. Sorry, Kurt fans. Next up is Mercenary. Mercenary is... Where do I put you? You know what? I think Mercenary will fall right below Seer. Right below Seer. Yeah, I like Merc, but the thing is, besides the elbow pads to gain some distance, I guess the elbow pads are kind of cool. The thing about Mercenary is, again, it's just no anticipation kind of thing, where it's like if he gets Terror Shock, well, he's gonna get the rescue anyway. He's just a very safe pick, right? He's very safe. So again, it doesn't feel like there's much anticipation and hype around Mercenary. Obviously, the cool things that Merc can do are actually, hold on, now I'm thinking about the damage taking for like dungeon escapes now. That can be pretty cool. But again, that's more situational hype as opposed to like more average games. Because like obviously Mercenary can like, tank a detention hit, make it out the door, tank a detention hit, make it to the dungeon. And against chip hunters with detention is kind of scary, because if he gets a chip, it's like, oh no, if he gets a chip, then he won't be able to tank damage with the detention. And that can be kind of scary. And the elbow pads are pretty cool. because he gets the distance, but I feel like more often than not, I just see him played super safely, so it's just like, I feel like Merc does have a lot of situational hype around him, but I feel like more often than not, he's just kind of like the safe rescuer pick, because it's like, we don't have to worry about terror shocks, we can get body blocks, we can make it out the gate. He's very safe. He's just very safe. He's a very low risk character for like medium level rewards, so yeah, he just kind of falls here. Priestess. Oh boy. All right. This might be a little bit controversial, but I'm gonna put her in exciting. I think Priestess is cool. I'm sorry. I think support portals are cool. I think the global portals are cool to watch. I'm sorry. I know that they're really annoying, and I know that like maybe it's not even good game design, and that's why people ban her all the time. But I can't deny that it is so cool. Like to have to have a character that is like just breaks the fundamentals of the game by letting herself and her teammates go through walls, teleport across the map. That's freaking cool. I'm sorry, that is just freaking cool. She just really breaks the fundamentals there. The healing buff is kind of annoying, honestly, like when you're going up against her, but she's just an exciting character. I'm sorry, like not really so much as a kiter, but like her support is just so exciting. I'm sorry, I cannot deny that. I'm gonna put her at the bottom of exciting because again, her self-sustainment is kind of whatever. It's really her support that's more exciting. Priestess by herself would probably just be like, honestly, like somewhere down here, Pioneer Magician, but like the level of support and how game-changing it can be just puts her in exciting. So yeah, she's gonna fall there. Sorry, I know Priestess is like the big annoying character, but like I can't deny it. It's cool. It's cool. I'm sorry. It's just straight up cool. Coordinator. You know what? She's hype. She's freaking hype. The gun is funny. I'm sorry. The gun will forever be funny. Like that's like her only thing, right? She has the gun, and she has the fast vaulting and the pallet speed boost every like 40 seconds or whatever. That's pretty cool because it helps out her raw cutting. So whenever you see starters move faster, it's pretty cool. I didn't mention the Prospector as well. Prospector also has the speed boost when he gets near ciphers or lockers, where he gets like I think it's like a 50% speed boost for 2 seconds. Like, it can be pretty crazy. But yeah, Coordinator, the gun will forever be funny because you can just shoot the gun for a free transition. You can shoot the gun for a balloon rescue. You can shoot the gun for a free rescue, and then giving your teammates some transition time, and then you can body block like afterwards. Like, Coordinator's cool. I'm sorry, she's cool. And then she'll dig up a chest to get like another item. She's just cool. I'm sorry. The gun will forever be cool. And when it's missed, it's funny because the thing about the gun is like it misses often. Like I feel like a tournament, I feel like a good amount of the time it misses, and I think that's pretty funny. And it's always pretty funny to see if it's gonna miss or not. And it's like a one-time thing, right? Whereas like with Prospector, you got 3 minutes all the time, but Coordinator is like you have one shot and you have to make it count. And the hunter can do something about it. Whereas with Prospector, it's like, well, unless he misses his aim, he's gonna get his magnet. So I don't know. I do like Coordinator. I think she's strong. I do feel like I wish like the gun could like, I don't know, you can go through walls. That'd be kind of broken. But then there'd be no counterplay to it, of course. We need counterplay in this game. I don't know. I just think Cord's super hype. I think she's just super hype to watch. And if you're wondering why I'm putting Lucky Guy down below Coordinator, it's because Coordinator has the guaranteed gun, whereas Lucky doesn't even get the gun half the time because, again, a lot of the time in tournament, people will chase a Lucky Guy first, and he might not even get the gun because it's completely luck-based, right? So, like, sometimes when he just, like, oh, wishes for a flare gun, gets syringe, tries to go to the treasure box. Obviously, he gets a guaranteed flare gun after failing once, but it's just, like, if he's first chased, then it's just a luck. It's completely luck, right? So, again, he's situational, but, like, Coordinator has the guaranteed flare gun. So, when you see it, it's like you know you're going to see the flare gun, but sometimes Lucky, sometimes he won't even get the flare gun, right? A good amount of time, he's going to get a pocket watch, which, like, pocket watch isn't super hype. It's just stalling. So yeah, that's why Lucky is below, because it's like, yeah, he has a flare gun, but he's not always gonna have the flare gun. So that's the reason why, if you're curious. Next up is Mechanic. Mechanic is actually going to fall higher than you probably think she's. I think she's honestly like right below Dancer. I think Mechanic is cool. The thing about Mechanic is the bot body blocks. The bot body blocks I think are just cool. I'm sorry, the bot body blocks are cool. Late game bot, like end game save bot. Like imagine like you have a Mechanic chaired and you're chasing another target. Guess what? She can just rescue herself with her bot. She can open up exit gates with the bot. The bot can do so much. Dude, the bot is so versatile. It can decode, it can open up exit gates, it can rescue, it can literally do everything. It's like a fifth person. It's a fifth person. She's a 2-in-1 character. And if she's first chase, 2 bot body blocks. Obviously you feed the hunter presence, but it takes 4 hits for her to go down if you're like super good and you get the bot body blocks. Like that's pretty crazy, right? That is pretty freaking crazy. And even if you don't want the bot body blocks, you can set the bot down, early game, and while she's in the chair, she can still do something. So even when it's a boring part of the game, Mechanic can still do something because of the bot, if she has the bot out, of course. Again, a lot of it is like situational, but like the having 2-in-1 character, like that's just cool. That is just straight up cool. Mechanic is awesome. Again, they're both slow though, like both characters are slow. So like on their own, they're both like probably in meh, but the fact that there's 2 of them alone puts her in fun to watch. Like she is so fun to watch. Doesn't come out often, but I think Mechanic is really cool. Next up, we've got Forward here. I don't know why there's like 2 pictures of them. I'm gonna put all like the dupe pictures down here. Forward's hype. Forward is freaking hype, dude. He is freaking hype. Honestly, he's above Cord. He's above Cord. I don't know if he's above Wildling though. I don't know if he's above Wildling. As you can see, like the hype are just all harassers here, but like Forward is so freaking game changing, dude, because his stuns last so long. They're so long. He has the longest stuns in the game. Coiner, who gets 1 flare gun, stuns the hunter for, I believe, I think it's like almost 6 full seconds or something. I think it's like 5.8. It's 4.5 normally, but I think she has a 30% boost, so it's like 5.8 or something. But Forward, if he uses a full ball, it stuns for like 10 seconds or something. It's crazy. And thinking about bringing forwards, like hunters will bring excitement just for him because his stuns are so freaking good. Obviously, again, like with Coordinator, he can miss. Like he can balloon rescue it. He can rescue at half health safely because he can rush in, hit the hunter on the chair, and then get the rescue, and they can both run away, and the hunter will still be stunned. He can use his football for self-sustainment. He drops pallets fast. He vaults fast. He can struggle free faster. And he doesn't decode very fast, so he doesn't really promote the Cypher Rush, but Cypher Rush isn't really like super exciting. So yeah, Forward's hype. He's just freaking hype, dude. I think he's do I leave him at the? I think I leave him down here because he has limited ball, and I still think Prospector is above him because Prospector recharges his freaking magnets. The thing about Forward is if his like ball recharge, that'd be stupid. I still am waiting for the day when I see Lucky Guy pull a ball out of the chest and give Forward 2 balls. I'm waiting for that day, dude. I am waiting for that day. I don't even know if it's possible, but if it is possible, I am gonna wait for that day, dude. That will be a exciting day when that happens. But yeah, Forward's awesome. Very hype character to watch. I personally don't like fighting him at all, but I can't deny he is a freaking fun character to watch. Mind's Eye is going to fall into lame. Sorry. Decoding isn't fun. That's all she has. Wait. She's above Doc, though. She's above Doc because she actually did get the buff where she gets the little itty-bitty speed boost, and that's it. That's it. That's all she gets. She gets the little itty-bitty speed boost, which can be kind of cool, I guess, sometimes, but sorry, decoders just aren't hype. That's all she has. She's just a decoder. Like, she is raw cutter decoder, that's it. And like, she has the little tap, but whatever. I'm sorry, that's just not exciting. It's just not. I hate to break it to you, everybody, but it's just not exciting. Perfumer. I am gonna put Perfumer. All right. Ah, man. You know what? You guys are gonna hate me for this. I think she's boring. I think she's boring. I really think she's boring. I'm sorry. I think that just the tanking of the damage is kind of boring. I'm sorry. It just feels like stalling. I feel like stalling gameplay is not nearly as exciting as like scrapping gameplay, right? I just don't feel like stalling gameplay is nearly as exciting as like, you know, good movement or like movement assist tools and whatnot. It's just stalling. It's like, oh no, the hunter's nearby. Perfume, hit, go back. You get the little speed boost, and then you feed the hunter presence. That's it. Like, she can rescue safely with that as long as she doesn't get terror shocked. She can eat, like, the photo world damage, I guess, is kind of cool. There are some niche situations where Perfume can be cool. And like I said at the beginning, every character can be hyped, but mostly on average, she's just tanking damage and stalling. And that's just kind of boring to me. I don't know. It's not very, like, exciting gameplay to watch, so yeah. Again, a self-sustaining character, not much support with her items, heals slowly. Yep, she's just kind of meh to me. I'm sorry. Officer is kind of in the same situation where his watches stall, but the thing is he has range on his watches, so he has to kind of stay nearby the hunter where he's not trying to run away, so he gets to like buy the time with the watches, has to go closer to it, can switch it 3 times, so it's kind of exciting to know if it's like, can he get by the hunter without getting hit? And even then, he can, when he's going in for like rescues and whatnot, he has the Tide. The Watch Tide is hype, dude. I'm sorry, that Watch Tide is freaking hype. The fact that he gets like 5 seconds of Tide from his watch is so cool, because it's like a tank hit, but it's like, you know, you're gonna go down. It's not like a Seer, it's like, oh, it actually you know, tanks a hit. You're basically just giving yourself Tide so that you can do like one more action before you go down, one last body block, one last rescue, one last make it to the dungeon or something. That's freaking hype, dude. That is freaking hype. And yeah, he's a cool character. He's a cool character. He's not like super insane, but I'm gonna put him like right here. Like the tide effect on the watch is just cool. You can argue that's like a safe pick like Mercenary, but I'm sorry, the Tide is just cool, because it's like 2 times you get it per match, and it's like 5 seconds. And it's like, what are you gonna do within those 5 seconds exactly? It's really cool. He's kind of a safe pick, kind of a safe rescuer, but I really like Officer. I think he's really cool. As for Psych, this one's actually kind of hard. I can't even lie. This one's actually kind of hard, because she has the tanking of damage, so a kite is going to last longer. She can use the whistle to support, which can be really cool. And especially when it's endgame, when I've seen like Psych and Mercenary is a crazy combo, where Psych can heal a Mercenary that's trying to go for like dungeon or something, and then she can game end herself, crawl out the gate, Mercenary gets dungeon. That's pretty hype. But again, you don't really see that in most matches. I feel like most often Psychs just tank the damage. I don't even see the whistle come out that many times in a game. And when she's paired with Patient, she does get the speed boost, which is really cool. But again, in an average game, you don't really see that too often. So I'm sorry, Psych fans, but she's meh. Again, I feel like it's very situational for Psychologist. If she's paired with a Painter, yeah, she's gonna be in like fun to watch, because she can do the extra little speed boost there. And when she does get the whistles off, it's pretty cool. But she's just a raw kiter with an extra HP. Like it's just again, it's the tanking thing. It's the slow tanking gameplay that is just not super exciting. And her ability requires people to like stand still. It's like, I don't know, it's only like one support ability, and you're not gonna even see it too often. So I'm sorry, Psych fans, she's just not exciting. She's just a very safe pick, and is not like super crazy to watch. As for Novelist, this one's also a bit interesting, because he is actually banned in tournaments, so he can't be played even after his adjustment. And I didn't even have much experience with this character before his adjustment, where he had actually control over the hunter. But I think his recent adjustment is pretty cool. I don't think it's like crazy or anything, but being able to switch spots with the hunter, do some cool teamwork with it, put them in the pallet, get the pallets done, you know, get a rescue from a camping hunter, like force them away and then get to the chair. I think that's pretty cool. It's on the safer side of abilities, and I feel like it's used more for like assisting as opposed to kiting, but it does recharge pretty fast, so you see it pretty often. I'm gonna put him like in fun to watch. I think he's fun to watch. I think he's more fun to play than he is fun to watch, but I think I'd put him probably like right above Mechanic. Yeah, I'll put him right here. I'll put him right here. Again, I feel like if I saw Novelist in tournament, he could be higher or lower, but I don't see him in tournament, so he's gonna have to be here. If this was just tournament setting, I would put him down in the rarely seen category, because again, he's literally rarely seen, but I'll put him here for now. Little girl, oh boy. So I have a bit of a bias against the little girl. We know this. I think she's a really annoying character that for some reason has no debuff. It's weird that she has 3 abilities and she's still bad. Like, can you believe that? She has 3 abilities. She can teleport, leech, and drop pages, and she's still bad. Like, what? I don't know. I still think she's really annoying, has no debuffs at all. I don't really see good little girls too often. The warping isn't super exciting, I'll be honest with you. The leeching is okay. I guess when she teams up with a kiting character and they have like a ton of resources, it can be kind of cool, especially gets a really strong hunter. So I think I have to at least put her in the fun to watch tier, because she can contain an assist. But at the same time, my bias can only feel like annoyed when I see her leech onto somebody when she's at half health or something. But to not force that bias as much, I think I'll put her like in fun to watch, like right around here. Actually, probably below Officer, above Seer. Yeah, above Seer, because at least she has like the pages to drop and continues kiting, as opposed to just, oh, I tank a hit. So yeah, I'll put little girl here. My bias would put her down in lame, but I'll put her in fun to watch, because again, she does have the kiting abilities. Weeping Clown. I almost want to put him in rarely seen hidden potential, because again, like, this character he's like never played. He is actually like never played. But I think I'm gonna put him in. I'm putting him into fun to watch. He's in fun to watch, honestly, because he gets the speed boost. He can have the harassment. Decode slowly for actually no reason. I have no idea why he decodes slowly. But I think I'll put him like right here. He's right here because he gets the speed boost. I don't really see too many like Weeping Clowns go crazy, but I still remember that one Dream Witch match where he like kited her for 5 ciphers or whatever. And what's really cool is when a teammate gets on the rocket with him for like a rebound kite. That's really awesome. but I don't really see it too often, I can't lie. Most of the time when I see a Weepy Clown, they just like send a rocket at the hunter and it doesn't do anything. Or they just use the rocket for distance and then die right after. I like that he could get one little speed boost in the rocket, that's pretty cool. And you know, maybe if he was played more, he'd be higher up or lower, but I think I gotta put him here for now. I just gotta put him here for now. Professor. Oh boy, where do I put Professor? Okay. All right, I think I'm gonna get some hate for this. He's gonna be on the low end of fun to watch. Probably like right here. The thing is, he's just tanking damage. That's it. It's just the hunter swings, boop, pulls out the scale, and then they just get shoved backwards. It's as if they just got hit, and then he gets to run away without a speed boost. But he has a scales that he can drop for his teammates. He no longer gets 3 on the field at the start. He only gets 1 at the start, which is kind of weird. I wasn't around for that. That was like one of the first changes they made to Professor when I started joining, where there's only like 1 scale on the field. He can drop scales for people. They can tank a hit. So that's kind of cool. It's like the anticipation of like, oh, will they time it? Will they not time it? Will they even get to use it? That's pretty cool. He can eat a chip damage for free. That's pretty cool, I guess. But otherwise, it's just tanking damage, and tanking damage is not really like super exciting to me. So he falls into fun to watch because he can get some cool plays with the scale, especially if he like wants to like go for a vault or a rescue and he has a scale up or something. It could be like a cool mind game. But yeah, he falls into fun to watch. As for Antiquarian, oh boy, she's obviously in hype, but is she I think she's above Prospector, honestly. It's so funny that she's the best character in the game, but also like the hypest in the game too. Because Anti can do it all, dude. She can twirl her flute to run faster. She can hit the hunter. She literally just walks up to the hunter and scraps at them with a freaking stick. She's like, yo, get back, bro. Boom, hit you. She can disarm, force them to not hit you. She can balloon rescue. She can support. She can do it all. And the flip, dude, the flip is awesome. Like, they just stole Acrobat Bomb from that. She can just flip with the flute, and she can flip into a hit. That's hype. I'm sorry, it's freaking hype, dude. Whenever I see an Antiquarian in a match, I know it's gonna be a fun game. I know it's gonna be a fun game, dude. Even when I am up against an Antiquarian and like it could be annoying when she harasses, it's like I don't care. She's cool. She's freaking cool, dude. I'm sorry, she is just so cool. I honestly think she might be the hypest survivor in the game. She is just so cool. Like aesthetically, it's cool because she's like swinging around. The flip looks cool. Like if you look cool while doing your ability, that's a bonus. That's just a bonus. So yeah, Anti, she gets hype. She's freaking awesome, dude. Next we've got Composer. Composer. I have a bias since I really like Composer. But if I'm trying to like hold back that bias a little bit, I think I've got to put him like kind of down and fun to watch. Probably like right here. Because honestly, all he has is the speed boost. That's it. He has the speed boost and that's it. And I like the speed boost. Getting speed is cool. And he gets it every 50 seconds. And that's kind of like a pretty nice cooldown. But like all he has is the speed. Like yeah, he can run like some pretty cool like kiting builds, but like all he has is the speed. He does have that kiting ability, which makes him kind of cool. And while he's doing his rock kiting, his ability recharges so he can use it again. So always being able to have that ability in the back is really cool. But again, at the end of the day, he's a decoder and tries to focus on decoding more. So the speed is really cool, but it's only like one time, and it's not even that much speed. But I do kind of like it. It gives him like a good way to transition to ciphers or transition away from the hunter. So yeah, I'm putting him in fun to watch. As you can see, fun to watch tier is like pretty high right now. As for Journalist, okay. Journalist, this is an interesting one because she kind of follows the logic of like she can tank damage, but without giving presence to the hunter, which is different from the others. But I think Journalist is a little bit more fun because he pulls out the Doofy, and the Doofy can go for the pallet stuns. They have to play around the Doofy, which kind of is like stalling gameplay, I guess, which I don't really like. But I feel like it requires a little bit more like skills, like kind of position, like do like the positioning around the Doofy. And it's like, well, if you mess up the little illusion. I call him Doofy, by the way. I call him Doofy, Doofius. I know he's just Little Orpheus, but I like calling him Doofy. Sorry if you haven't been here a while. I like call him Doofy. But yeah, it does follow the same logic of like the tanking damage, stalling. But I think with Jonas it's a little bit cooler because again, it's like you're moving while you're doing it. You can like move to an area, transition to it, and you can also like mess it up, right? The hunters can like, if you're doing it from too far away, they can walk ahead of the doof and hit you. And if they hit the doof, Jonas gets the speed boost. She can run away. So I feel like it kind of follows like the tanking, stalling, but it also has like the transitioning and the speed from it as well. So it kind of balances out a little bit into being, I think, like the fun to watch. And her being able to do like basement saves, detention saves are pretty cool with the Orphe rescue. So I think that's pretty cool. But I think I can't put her any higher than like right here, honestly. I think she kind of follows like the first officer logic, where it's like, yeah, the stalling and the tanking, but it's like both these characters they can stall and tank, but as for Barmaid, she is going to fall into probably right above Magician in fun to watch. She's got the heals. The heals are pretty cool. They can lend some nice support. And when she gets the bottle off, it's always nice because it's like, ooh, will she get the bottle off? Will she not? It's a cool anticipation, honestly. I like actually, I'm gonna put her a little higher. The anticipation of the bottle actually adds a lot to me. I won't even lie. Because like if she gets the bottle off or it's not, because it's not guaranteed, right? It's not guaranteed. She has the speed bottle. So that's pretty cool. It does follow, again, the logic of the tanking, but it's the fact that there's counterplay to the tanking, right? It's like, can the hunter get them down before the bottle activates? Will she have to use the speed bottle? When will she use the speed bottle, right? Like that stuff's kind of cool. Again, she only gets 3 uses of it, so it's a little, you know, done and dusted once she's out of the resources. But yeah, I think she's gonna be right here. Actually, I'm gonna put her like right here. Actually, you know what? She's yeah, right here actually. I think she's gonna fall in with these 3 right here with like the tanking butt. Yeah, kind of right there, honestly. I put her so far, but she kind of like rose up now. I thought about the timer on the bottle just adds so much to the suspense. As for Postman, oh boy, sorry Postman, but you are in meh. Actually, you are. Yeah, you're in meh. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. He has Wick and that's it. He literally gives other people passive buffs. Like, that's just boring. I'm sorry. That's not really exciting. Like, yeah, it's the supporting of the other characters. They can make them vault faster, run faster, decode faster, give some dungeon locations, stuff like that. But like on his own, all he has is Wick. And then it just slows the hunter down and that's it. Like, it's not that exciting. I'm sorry. It just isn't. I'm sorry, Postman fans. He's just not exciting. I'm sorry. Oh boy, I feel like that's gonna upset the Postman fans. But you know, again, like I said, every character can be hype, but more often than not, he's pretty meh. Next up, we've got Gravekeeper. Gravekeeper, he is going to fall into fun to watch, definitely. Because again, he has the shovels where he can do some tanking of the damage, which again, tanking, yay. But he's faster in the shovel. He can kind of mind game back through the tunnels where he can like, you know, can't really see where exactly he is. He can tank for other people. He can do like little girl leech into Gravekeeper shovel, which is stupidly annoying, brother. That combo is annoying as heck. I never want to go up against it again. And whenever he gets out of his shovel, he rescues a lot faster, which is pretty cool. But otherwise, he's pretty tame. He just kind of follows like the tanking damage. It feels like just one of those safe rescuer picks. So I'm gonna put him kind of near like the Seer Mercenary. I'm gonna put him like right here. Actually, I think I'm gonna put him right above Mercenary. Yeah, I think he's a little less safe than Mercenary, so I'm gonna put him like right above here because he has more of like the risk factor. So yeah, I'll put him right there. And he only gets to shovel 2 times, so he can like, you know, pick up another item, which I guess is like the case for a lot of characters. But you know, I guess it's fine. Prisoner is up next, and he falls into the fun to watch, but probably right below Thief. Yeah, he's probably like right above Magician. He decodes, and he has a stun. If he didn't have the stun, he'd be in meh. But the stun is cool because it can balloon drop, it can harass, and it can help him transition to a pallet just a little bit. And it recharges pretty fast if you can go back to decoding and setting up the little electricity and whatnot. But again, more often than not, he is just decoding. But he does take kite a lot. He gets the stun off. And the stun can be cool. It's not like super good. It's honestly like a really bad harassment tool, but it's something, right? It's something. And the stun is kind of nice. So yeah, because of the stun, he goes into fun to watch whenever that stun does come out. Especially if it's like a really long kite and he can get 2 stuns, that can be kind of cool. But yeah, he's just, again, he's a decoder, so he can't be too high. As for Entomologist, we're going to rate her last because I'm biased as heck. Painter is actually a fun to watch character because he's got the paintings which has good counterplay where you don't have to look at them. He gets the speed boost from the painting, so he runs even faster. He has the passive chair buff, which can really change some games. And that's about it. But I think he's cool. I think he's pretty cool. I think he's a cool character. He's not like super exciting, but he's cool. I think I've got to put him like probably like right here. Right there. Yeah, he's kind of cool. He's kind of cool. Next up, we've got Batter. Batter falls into hype. He's a harasser. He's hype. Probably more hype than Coordinator. Not as hype as 4. Yeah, probably right there. Dude, all the top is just harassers, dude. It's true though. I'm sorry. They made the game so much cooler. But yeah, batter. He can hit people. He can balloon drop. He can push people back. He's got rage mode, fast vaulting. He can go and pick up his balls again. So if the hunter doesn't break the balls, he basically has infinite harassing. And the cooldown only being like 10 seconds is pretty good. I wish his sound designs on the balls were better. I wish it would be like boom as opposed to just a ding. It's like the sound design of the balls are terrible, dude. They're terrible. I wish it would just be like, you know, a bit more impact, right? Same with like Antiquarian flute. She has some accessories that make it sound cooler, but like, man, they could really be better on the sound design. Like the magnets, when you like the click click, it's like that's cool. Like that's good sound design. It feels satisfying. Same with before we get like you get like the crash. And the Wildling is funny because you get the freaking Borgo like oink oink and he goes crazy with it. But like the batteries just think Antiquarian boop. Flick. It's like, man, improve the sound design. The gun is like, pshoo! It's like the sound design matters, dude. Sound design adds to the hypeness, in my opinion. It kind of follows the same thing with like Enchantress, where the Enchantress mini sound is just swing. Like that's boring. But the three stack is like, I'm sounding like a 3-year-old right now, making stupid noises. But you know what I'm talking about, right? The sound design freaking matters, dude. It freaking matters. But yeah, Batter's just cool. He's just a cool character. Again, with all the reasons I said earlier, he's just cool. As for Toy Merchant, she is going to fall into bottom of exciting. She is just an exciting character. I'm sorry. She has the glider, she has the catapults, and the ability to throw a teammate another item. So, like, if you have like a harasser, like a coordinator, Toy Merchant, you know, coordinator can shoot the gun, go pick up the item from the Toy Merchant, or any of the other characters like Forward can pick up an item, Antiquarian can pick up an item. So any character that runs out of resources can get an item from the Toy Merchant, which can be really cool. But the catapults help get distance, they help like do the supporting, and she has the glider, which is, you know, is really, really cool, especially if she's on like a map that she's good on, such as like Lakeside and Big Boat. Like she's crazy on Big Boat, bro. She is stupid on Big Boat. So yeah, Toy Merchant's cool. Again, besides the glider, she's just really rock hiding, but I think the support is really cool, and the glider is also just really cool. Next up, we've got Patient, and Patient definitely also falls into exciting because he can gain distance, and he's right below Acrobat. I feel like Acrobat and Patient are pretty similar in the ways that they can just like gain the distance. Obviously, Acrobat has 6 bombs instead of Patient's 3 hooks. But you know, he can go like much farther than Acrobat can with them, so it makes sense. And there's some really cool hook spots, like when top players goes for like some crazy hooks, it's really awesome to see. He can get to chairs faster. He has the niche situations where he can get the speed boost with Psychologist. Yeah, I just think the hooks are cool, especially on maps like Moonlit, Leo's. Like he can really pop off, dude. He can really pop off on those maps, and it's really fun to see what he can do. And the thing is, there's also just counterplay too. The hunter can stand in front of the hook, make them mess it up. They can hit him out of the hook. Like again, there's counterplay to it, and you know, there's missed hooks a lot of the time. I think Patient is so fun to watch. Super, super fun character. Not hype, not like turbo hype, but like exciting. Like he gets my blood pumping when I see a Patient in a match. Next up is Cheerleader. And this one I feel like a lot of people have different opinions on. I know my friend Zeus is not a big fan of Cheerleader and her like game design, but I think she's hype as heck, dude. I think she's gonna fall right here. Right below these harassers right here, because she can use beep beep for speed. She can do the cheering to give other people speed. She can cheer to revive them. She can inspire them to reduce their cooldowns. Like all of that, dude, is awesome. That's so cool. She has 3 abilities in one, and all she gets is a 10% decoding debuff. And I guess a speed slowdown after using the boost, so she got like 2 little debuffs there. But she's so fun to watch. Like those beep beeps are like such an impact of like risk reward. It's like, do I go for this beep beep to get this thing? Do I get to it to the next area to get to the chair? Is it worth the risk of slowing down afterwards, or will it inspire myself to reset the cooldown? It's like I love Cheerleader. She's just so cool. She's so cool, dude. She's so hype. Whenever I see a Cheerleader, I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be a good game, dude. This is gonna be a good freaking game. Next up is Charles, and Charles is hype. He's freaking hype, dude. I gotta say, he's hype. Probably, is he above Lily though? I don't know. I think they're like right together though. I think they're like right together. Do I put, no, you know what? I think just for the fact that Lily can revive people, she's a little higher, and I have seen it come out several times, but Charles is so fun, dude. The hover, he flies, bro. He freaking flies whenever he wants. It's not like Toy Merchant where she has to set down the catapult, wait 1 second, and then go in it, and then she just glides. No, he just goes like, it's crazy. In Cheerleader, Aeroplanist, bro, is one of the funniest combos because he hovers, and then he goes, whereas there's Jetpack 1, and then Cheerleader resets cooldown, and then Jetpack 2, and he just gets so much distance, dude. Oh my gosh, I know that's like niche with just these two, but man, Man, are they so fun to watch. The distance getting, the ability to get to the chair, the good rescuing, the very small decoding buff is something. Like, it's just, Aeroplanist is hype, dude. He's so cool. He finds a way to be safe and also hype at the same time. He's such a cool character, dude. And he's also has the goofy stuff too. Like he like kind of like Wildling. He's got like the goofiness to him because like he looks so jank when he's using the jetpacks. But I love the the goofiness part about it. Like that's so funny, dude. It's so freaking funny. So yeah, Aeroplanist. He's hype. Puppeteer, the new character, the ability to tank damage, use Lewis, all that good stuff. And it seems like the general consensus about Puppeteer, at least to my knowledge, is that he's pretty niche, pretty bad, pretty niche. Really needs like a Psych or Barmaid to work. Honestly, if you ask me, I feel like this character is has like the rarely seen hidden potential. I might have to put him here for now, honestly, because we just haven't seen enough of Puppeteer. Hidden potential, potentially, we don't know. If you ask me, in my mid-tier opinion, I feel like he does have the hidden potential. I think this is going to be a high-tier character. I think he's gonna be a high-tier character that relies a lot on team comp. But I think there's just so many little niche things that top players are eventually gonna get better with that they're gonna find Puppeteer to be useful in. I think right now, and especially like the low mid-level tiers, like he's just not good because he feeds 100 presence and he has no cutting abilities aside from Lewis. But I think this character can cook. I really think he can cook. I don't think he's like top tier, but I think he's a high tier character. But this isn't a meta tier list. I just wanted to put that out there because he's a relatively new character. But yeah, I have to put him down here for now. I just haven't seen enough of Puppeteer. But I like him. I think he's fun. I think he's fun to watch. I'd probably put him like probably somewhere in this tier for now. But again, he just hasn't been shown up enough, and I want to see his true potential come out before I want to rate him higher. But now we're going to move on to the Hunters and save Entomologist for last. Next up, we've got Ember. Ember is going to fall into, again, rarely seen hidden potential for me. I never see Leos, but when I do, oh boy, do I see some crazy puppet gameplay, bro. Maybe, again, it's just a lack of me personally seeing Ember gameplay. I have seen some people tell me to watch, I believe, like, some Chinese server Embers before. There's been some cracked Chinese server Embers or something. There's been, like, some videos out there that people wanted me to watch. I haven't had the time to watch them, so, again, this is just, again, from my current perspective as of right now. So, again, these could all switch up from later tournaments, later stuff that I see in the future. But for now, I just don't see enough of Ember. So yeah, I have to put him here. As for Gamekeeper, he's been showing up a lot more recently, which is kind of crazy. And I'm gonna put him. He's definitely in fun to watch. The traps can be really cool to set up the big braid situations before. The hook is like just terrifying, dude. The sound design of it, the speed of it, it's scary, bro. It is scary. I think I've got to put him like right here. He's freaking scary, dude. Lots of different mind games as well with the hook and whatnot. The Ripper, fun to watch. If you could see him, honestly, Ripper is he's toward the low end of the hunters that are fun to watch. At least for me, it kind of follows that disorientation kind of thing that the magician has, where it's like, oh no, he's invisible. Where is he going? Like whenever I'm fighting Ripper, it's just like, oh no, where is he? Where is he going? And it's kind of the same. I guess not really the same from the viewing perspective, but like all he's got is foggy. That's it. Like he just has foggy, and he gets fast when he goes invisible. But like, it just follows the same logic as the magician. He's cooler than the magician because again he does have like the projectile, the foggy. He can prevent the rescues if he gets the foggy hit. But like, he's just kind of slow. He's just not like super exciting. Like he just has foggy. All right, so I actually decided to rate the Survivors and Hunters separately because it was actually confusing me a little bit. Kind of hard to find like Survivor versus Hunter difference of hype because Hunters are usually like kind of more hyped than Survivors because they are like, one person versus four, so their abilities are just objectively kind of cooler. So I'm gonna keep the list separate for now. But yeah, next up is Soul Weaver, and Soul Weaver for me falls into the top of exciting. She can do a lot. The web speed boosts are so fun. The web shot is cool. She's a very, very fast character when she has those webs, but it also has like a charge up period, right? Where she plays it slow for like the early game, and she just has a lot of points where she's just kind of slow in the match. It feels like with Soul Weaver, it comes in bursts, right? It's like a roller coaster with Soul Weaver. It goes up and down and up and down, where it's like you wait for your webs to recharge, and then you like use them all up at once, and then boom, there you go, and then it's like, oh, slow down, and oh, the webs again. It's a roller coaster. So Soul Weaver's exciting. She's just a roller coaster character, dude. Really fun to watch, though. Really fun to watch. Definitely falls into exciting. Geisha. Against my better judgment, I had to put Geisha in hype. I gotta. She's just too fast. She is just too fast. I'm sorry, I have to put her in hype. She is just too fast. Like, the sound design, that's scary as heck, dude. That's freaking terrifying. I have to give it up. She's so fast. Like, her, like 8-second cooldown. Like, that's pretty generous. If you ask me, that's pretty freaking generous. Doesn't even have to vault over palettes or windows. Like, she's basically an omni-blink character. She basically has a blink always. Like, and like, there's counterplay to it where you can cancel the dashes. But like, the sound design of it, the fastest she travels at full presence, she's scary, bro. She's scary and she's hype and it's fun and fast, and I gotta give it up. I don't like fighting Geisha. In fact, I really don't like fighting Geisha at all. I'm really bad against her. It's just constant mind games. She's super glitchy and buggy, and there's so many little tricks and tips. Like, there's so many tricks with Geisha, dude. I feel like there's so many little niches with Geisha that just makes her stronger and stronger and stronger the more you know of them. And it's the kind of stuff that, like, in the mid-tier that really makes me upset when I don't know about these things that she can do. But when I'm viewing her, dude, especially in a tournament, she's just so fast and so hype. I'm sorry. I gotta give it up, dude. As for Chang, Chang is kind of slow, but he does have a good amount of abilities, and he can do the funny teleport, but he's just gonna fall into fun to watch. He's slow. He's got the big range with White Guard, that's funny. The bell, the auto bell, the full presence, and the soul siphon, that can be kind of cool too. But it feels like his playstyle is more defensive than it is like offensive, right? Because the soul siphon makes it so you can't rescue, can't interact with things. That's not like hype. It's more just like, oh, now the striver has to run around like an idiot because they can't do anything. Like, they literally can't do anything. They just look like an idiot now. And with the bell, it's like they just fall over. It's like, it just feels like anti-interaction. It's weird because it's like, I say it's defensive, but it's obviously used in like offense, but it feels more like nullification more than anything. It's like nullification isn't as cool as like straight out offense, you know? At least to me. So he's still fun to watch, but not like, you know, top tier. Photographer, lame, puts me to sleep, bro. I'm sorry, Joseph fans. He's so boring. This character has like zero sauce. I'm sorry. He has one, like, again, every character, again, I said can be hype. He has one way to be saucy, and that's the trick card. Or the full whatever it's called, the card trick. I don't know what it's called. The full presence ability where he can like break loops. That's it. That's all he has. Mirror World is not cool. Slowing to the Cypher is not cool. 20-minute matches are not cool. Like the super damage and healing, and he usually brings blink. It's not cool. I'm sorry, he's just not cool. He does like walk pretty fast. He does break palace and vault windows pretty fast. Like a straight chase can be kind of like scary if he's coming after you. And most of the time, a Joseph is not going to straight chase you. He's just going to keep spamming Mirror World, and it's not fun because it's just he uses Mirror World, gets it down, finds target, goes to target, chairs them, sets up Mirror World again, hits the rescuer, blinks down their target, and then it's just rinse, repeat, spam Mirror World. It's boring. I'm sorry, he's boring. Mad Eyes. Hype, bro, hype. This character's so cool. He's so cool. He's literally everywhere. He's omnipresent. He has the best map pressure in the game, probably, besides Dream Wish. Probably. He can literally hit you from anywhere. Anywhere, basically. He's crazy, dude. And, you know, he's usually runs like niche builds, like Insolence Confined Space. Like, that's crazy. He can run Blink or Teleport. Like, dude, good Mad Eyes players are just so good, dude. They're so fun to watch. Like, when you see a striver getting caged, and it's like, oh, are they going to predict where he's going to set the walls? Can they get out of the cage? Can they use their abilities to get out of the cage? It's like, it's cool, dude. It's freaking cool. And yeah, Mad Eye's straight chase, kind of boring, but the walls and like the getting people off the ciphers, chipping them away from heals, it's cool, dude. He's so cool. I'm sorry, Mad Eye's is hype as heck. Hype as heck, dude. Smiley, hype. This character's hype. Probably below Geisha, but he's hype. He's fast. I hate to say it, fast characters are hype. They're just hype. Smiley's freaking hype, dude. I love Smiley. I don't see him too often like in tournaments, but like on Chinatown, sometimes I see him. Sometimes on Lakeside. He's fast, he's hype, the infinite dash is cool. That's just cool, dude. And like, it's the mind games. When you see a Smiley that's good and he's going, and he's like switching his camera, like, whoo. That's cool, dude. It's like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Are they gonna fall? Are they not gonna fall? Are they gonna terror shocked? Are they gonna hit the pallet? Like, who wins in this situation? Usually the Smiley wins if he's patient enough. And that stuff's cool, dude. He's hype. Smiley's hype. A low presence, yeah, he's kind of slow. But what hunter isn't slow at full presence, right? But it's just the fact like he's gonna run Insolence, so he's gonna get to that presence faster, he's gonna get that dash, and you're gonna die. I love Smiley, dude. I think he's so fun. I think he is so fun. As for Percy, he's not really seen in tournaments, but I think he falls into fun to watch. He falls into fun to watch, honestly. He's fast. That's it. It's just the Unga Bunga dashes. He's fast. He's funny. I hate fighting him, but he's fast. He just goes shoof, shoof. He's scary. I think any hunter with like a scare factor where you're like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, they've got to be fun to watch. Like, I feel that all the time with these characters. Where it's like, oh my gosh, the dash. Oh my gosh, the dash. Oh my gosh, the walls. Oh my gosh, the webs. And this is like when he uses the Unga Bunga. That's like shoof, Unga Bunga. Oh my gosh, the Unga Bunga. And when he like can go over the walls, it's like, oh my gosh. I'm gonna use the pancake slash. Oh my gosh. Can they get out of the way? Did they fly away? What do they do here? It's scary, dude. It's freaking scary. Percy is a scary guy. And the fact his dash is recharged so dummy fast, like that's crazy. And the anti-harassment that Percy brings can kind of be annoying, but it can be kind of cool to see how people play around that. And next up, we've got the Will Brothers. The Breaking Wheel. They fall into hype easily. Where in hype, though? Probably... You know what? They might be at top of hype. No, they're hype. They're top of hype for now. Until we see some other characters, they're the top of hype. They're just so fast. They are just so fast. I'm sorry, they are so fast. Like, they are the fastest hunter in the game, because it gets and then just go into wheel form, got a wheel form. They've got the spikes, the traps, everything, dude. Like, flywheel counters them, so it's like, it's cool to see when a survivor uses like a good flywheel. Like, there's fun to watch counterplay, because flywheel is super hype. I honestly think flywheel is way more hype than knee jerk when it comes to kiting. Obviously, I think knee jerk is more consistent, but flywheel is more hype. But yeah, he's so fast. He's so cool. And like when he does go for slugging, that can be like a little lame. But like when you're watching like a tournament and it's like top players going against Breaking Wheel, dude, it's so awesome. He's just such a cool character. So fast, dude. He just is so fast. And you almost never know what's coming next with him. It's so crazy. And the fact that he can like run so many different builds and like the support versus him is crazy. It's so fun to watch a good wheel, dude. It's so fun. Next up is Naiad. For those who don't know, I really don't like Naiad that much. I really don't like fighting her. But I gotta give it up. She's exciting. Yeah. She's exciting. I have to give it up. She's a tie hunter at tournaments, but like she's fast. She's fast. The water is stupid. It's really stupid, but it's exciting. I have to give it up. The attack speed is so dummy fast, and like it's just kind of hype. It's kind of hype. I can't lie. It's kind of hype to watch. I really don't like fighting her, dude. I really don't like I feel like I get cheesed out of victories so often against Naiad. She just feels like the biggest cheeser in the mid tiers. Like I feel like I just get robbed by Naiad all the time because of like one little mistake. Like, oh no, I baited a pallet and then she swung, but since she can swing so fast, like another swing is already coming by the time I'm dropping the pallet. And it's like, oh my gosh, dude. Or it's like, I'm trying to do something, but then, oh, somehow she waters me off even though I'm not even like in her puddle. It's like, I don't know how it happen. I swear I get watered off randomly sometimes. It's just like, I'm not even in her puddle and she waters me off. It's crazy. So yeah, extremely annoying character in my opinion to fight, but she's fast and she counters like so many characters in the game. Like harassers, she counters harassers. But seeing like Flywheel of Water is crazy. So she brings out some really unique counterplay as well. So I can't lie. She's below Soul Weaver for sure, but I can't deny that Naiad's hype. I can't. Wax Artist. He's meh. I'm sorry, he's slow. He's slow and he makes people slow. That's not fun. That's just not cool. Your ability is to freeze people. Cool. That's not hype. I'm sorry, that's just not hype. You can wax off ciphers, cool. You're making the game longer. You're stalling. It's just a stalling. He's just a stall fest, and he stuns you for 3 seconds, and then hot wax is like one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. I really don't like hot wax, but he has some sauce. He has some sauce that he can do, but I don't like him. I just don't like him. He's just lame. He's just kind of lame in my opinion. He's better than Photographer, I'll give him that, but I don't like Wax. When I watch a Wax match, I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh, yo, this is so cool. Like the only time I'm gonna be like that is when I'm watching like the Survivors counterplay him. I'm never gonna be like, yo, that Wax was so hype. I loved it when he hot waxed down that Survivor and then basic hit them, or basic hit into hot wax when they already had like 80% wax. That was so cool. Or when he hot wax tricked the Cypher Pop, man, that was awesome. I'm gonna pop off over it. No, I'm not. Sorry, I don't think Wax is very exciting. Next up, we've got Nightmare. Nightmare is slow and feels like he shouldn't be fun to watch. And I feel like a lot of people would put him in lame. But I think he's kind of cool. I think the omnipresent like warping, like the double teleport is crazy. The double dash is really cool. The auto targeting is like super jank, where it's like it can get so much distance, it can hit like at the very edge of it, but it can also like get stuck on literally everything if you tight kite this character. Like he literally gets stuck on pebbles, bro. Like it's the stupidest thing. Like you play Nightmare, it's like you get stuck on literally nothing, dude. Like the ever so slightly sticking out box on like so many different little things, you'll get stuck on. And that's like really annoying, but it's the speediness, it's the scariness of the dashes that I think he's really cool with. Again, he is rather slow, so I can't put him too high, but the double teleportation is really cool. He like gets the jump on you. I think I've got to put him here. I love Nightmare. Design-wise, dude, he's got to be like up here, but like fun to watch. He's fun to watch. He's fun to watch. Clerk. Clerk is... I think this one's gonna be really different for certain people. I think Clerk is a character that can pretty much be anywhere. Cause like a lot of people be like, oh, Clerk is lame because she stalls, but Clerk is hype because the big brain and all the traps that she can set up and whatnot. But for me at least, I think she's gotta go like probably here. She's probably like right in the middle for me. Good thing is Clerk is a basic hit hunter, and her ability isn't really flashy, right? It's I can stall the ciphers, I can stall the exit gates, I can set up traps for survivors. And the thing is, the counterplay of the Clerk, like making it so like survivors can't drop pallets, breaking the loops and whatnot. Like it's like a constant mind game basically. So you constantly have to be wary of like what recordings she has, when she'll use them, what she can do with them, if she has blink, what her trait is. There's a lot of different things that the Clerk can do, and people love seeing those mind games, right? It just feels like a constant battle of like who can outsmart who with Clerk, and that can be really cool. It feels like it's a lot less flashy, but it's a lot more like what's going on behind the scenes, like what exactly does the Clerk have in her pockets. So yeah, that's why she's kind of in the middle for me, because like while her gameplay isn't like super flashy or cool or like you know, like it's not like a, oh man, like a Percy dash, like that's like shnoom, like cool, or like a Geisha, like shnoom, like fly, like the dash, smiley dash, it's not like really flashy, but it's more like behind the scenes, like more like a mental battle versus the Clerk, and that's what I can really appreciate. So I'm not gonna put her down in lame or anything, even though it's like not super flashy, but it's the mental battle versus the Clerk that's exciting. So I feel like especially for characters or for players that are new at the game trying to watch like a pro Clerk, they're not gonna really know what's going on. They're gonna be more confused than anything. I know when I was watching Clerk, bro, it took me like 2 months to be like, what does she even do? I don't even know what this character does. Like, I thought she just had like 1,000 abilities. Like, I couldn't wrap my head around it until I actually like looked into it. But yeah, Clerk is definitely complex, but pretty fun to watch if you ask me. As for Hermit, the more and more I fight this character, the more and more I dislike him. And he kind of follows the same thing about Wax Artist, but I have to put him at the bottom of fun to watch. I have to, because he's slow and he brings out like cool like harassment and like counterplay with like it's the mental battle versus him, right? Because like Wax Artist, there's no mental battle. It's just, oh, can you fly a wheel wax if you have it? But like there's like the mental battle of like, should you get in a locker to like get your charge off? Do you switch the charge to like tank the damage for your teammate? It's like it's a lot of like keeping track of like the tanking of the damage and the cipher progress being spread out. It's like there's a lot of things to keep track of with the Hermit. And like the stuns, his ability is kind of lame because just stun. And let me get closer to you, because he walks slow, so it's like for me to catch up to you, I have to make you slow. Whereas instead, it's like I would rather see both players being fast than both being slow, right? Like nobody wants to watch two slow things moving. People want to see two fast things moving, right? Like that's cooler, that's more hype. Or Hermit doesn't really have that, but he does have Spirit Bomb, which allows him to, you know, go up in the air and go fly over to somewhere, which can be really cool. Especially if he's in like a 2-story area. Like I've seen him go from big boat all the way to small boat with his freaking Spirit Bomb, so he can go so freaking far with it. And it can send out stuns while in the middle of it, so he can stun into the Spirit Bomb immediately. It can be kind of cool. But for the most part, he is a slow character, and he freezes people, and it's like, oh, yay, you froze them. Cool. I wonder if they'll be able to move before you hit them. Like, that's not cool. I'm sorry. So he's at the very bottom of fun to watch, because he does have some sauce. In some games, he does have some sauce, but he's not like, you know, at the top. He doesn't have the sauce like these guys up here have. Nightwatch. Nightwatch for me, he's gonna be, oh, where are you, Nightwatch? He's fast, dude. He is fast, but he's just, I think the counterplay versus him is kind of fallen off. I still gotta I think I'm gonna put him at the top of exciting. I don't think he's in turbo hype anymore. Back before, I think maybe he was nerfed or something. When I was watching Kuga matches, like, oh my gosh, Kuga's Night Watch was so good, bro. It was a feast, bro. It was a feast because he was so fast and like he was getting 4Ks left and right. Like even on like stuff like Hospital, and it was crazy, dude. Kuga's Night Watch was so good. It was so fun to watch. But now I just see like all these weird Night Watches in tournament coming out, like Insolence, freaking trump card peepers. Like, bro, what are you doing? It's like, oh my gosh, it's so goofy, dude. Yeah, I mean, I think he's cool because he's fast. He's got the wind, and he slows the characters down, which I guess I mentioned earlier. Is like I don't really like when they slow, but I think it's like the wind, where it's like he gets the wind to slow you down, but they have like the counterplay where they can run back towards him to avoid it. So it's like they could be actually fast if they run back towards him. And when he has like the big gust of wind, it sucks them back, so they're moving fast back towards you, and they can flywheel the wind. They can do all this other stuff. There's lots of cool counterplay to Night Watch. They can go behind an object. It's kind of the same thing with Nightmare. If there's like an ever so small square on a wall, when Night Watch is like, you know, up against the wall or whatever, if you're like kind of, you know, in a straight line up against the wall, you can like latch onto like the smallest little square and not get pulled by the wind. It's crazy, dude. And like the top players have found all those little squares to work with against the Night Watch fast wind. So it's kind of cool to see the counterplay come out from that. And that's what has like secured so many survival things versus him. Which is why like the counterplay being discovered has made Night Watch worse and worse. But I still think he's an exciting character just because he's fast. His pursuit is so fun. As for the Feaster, he is slow. Slow Feaster. Funny range, big range. The tentacles are funny with the double hits. He's got the camping. And he's got Patroller, which can be pretty funny as well. For me, at least, he's gonna fall. He's gonna fall right here. He's gonna fall right above Hermit, right below Wu Chang. Again, he is a campy hunter, so he's not nearly as exciting. But I can't lie, the tentacle counterplay is kind of cool. The traps that he can set up, but like the ways that survivors can counterplay it. Like when he uses Patroller, it can be kind of cool to get like some double hits. And when he's a full presence, he can like hit people from like pretty much anywhere on the map as long as he's locked onto them. So that could be kind of funny if they, you know, just be minding their own business, walking past the tentacle, and then they just die. It's like, okay, they're dead now, cool. Like that's happened a couple times when I played Feaster, and it's really freaking funny. But yeah, I think he's kind of fun to watch sometimes. But you know, when he starts camping, it's like, all right, bro, all right. But yeah, he's gonna fall right here for me. Gonna fall right there. Dream Witch is up next. She is going to go into hype. She's hype. Probably right here. It follows the mechanic logic because she's just multiple people. She's multiple people, and she can just do so much. Her map presence is crazy, has all these followers spread out all the way around, and it forces the survivors to like kind of play around her. It's like, you know, once she starts getting like the map pressure and the presence, that's when you're playing the Dream Witch game, right? Because at the start, you know, it's basically just like one person takes kite, while you know, you got one leech and one follower going up, trying to either use a patroller down or like get a pincer down. And that's usually what you want to do is the Dream Witch. And then once you have the presence, you can start, you know, getting more leeches and, you know, extending your reach of them and whatnot. And then, like, toward the late game is when she just, like, snowballs. And it's like, oh my gosh, now everybody has to play around the Dream Witch as opposed to playing their own game plan. And I really like just how you never know how a Dream Witch match can end. Like, it can be a 4 escape, it can be a 4K, it can be like a tie, it can be anything, dude. Like, you go into a Dream Witch game and you can never expect what the outcome is going to be. Like, obviously there are good comps against the Dream Witch, but honestly, like, when I watch a Dream Witch match, I'm like, okay, I never know what's going to happen. Like, this match could go anyway, and that's what I love about Dream Witch, is like, she is kind of an inconsistent character, but like when you're watching like top players go at it with her, it's so fun. It is just so fun to watch a good Dream Witch. Definitely not as exciting as like probably these ones that are just like, you know, the fast, like, oh, fast good, or like walls, omnipresent kind of stuff good. But I do really like Dream Witch. I think she's cool. Axe Boy. Axe Boy is going to fall into exciting for me. I really like Axe Boy. Probably right above Naiad. Probably right between Naiad and Soulweaver. I love Axe Boy. I think Axe Boy is one of the best balance hunters in the game because he's fun to play against, and fun to watch, in my opinion. I love Axe Boy because he sets up the trees, he gets a little speed boost from him, he's got Russell Road for some speed, he's got the flare for a projectile, he's got the basic attack swing, which, you know, every hunter has, so that's fine. So it just feels like his kit has everything, right? He just feels like he's super well balanced. He's got like everything, but nothing is like insanely strong, because obviously if you see the red line, you can just dodge the flame, unless it's like super like right on top of you. And he gets the speed boost after getting the flame, so it's like he gets some speed, and he can be kind of fast, and I like that about him. He's got the speed with him. He's not slow, And there's a good amount of counterplay to him as well. So I love Axe Boy. I love watching some Axe Boy. Next up is Evil Reptilian. And this is a hunter that is really 50-50 for me, honestly. I don't really know where to put Evil Reptilian. I might actually have to put him here. I think I will. I haven't seen enough of him after his full presence buff. Because the thing is, full presence, when he just goes boing, 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 that's hype, dude. Just a lizard that's flying. It's a flying lizard, bro. You can't deny that is peak hype and goofiness. But his early game is so mid. His early game is so bad, bro. It's so bad. Oh my gosh, dude, it's so bad. Like, at full presence, yes, we're gaming, we're balling. But no presence, we're crying. And I haven't seen enough of him full presence to justify, you know, putting him in the hype. And I think I just have to put him here for now. Yeah, and the thing is, some Evil Reptilian is also just like focusing more on camping, where it's like, oh, I got it down. Let's just get my crash down hit, and then I'll just get basic attack, and then the starver dies. Yay! Like that's I don't really like camping. I think camping's kind of boring. So, yeah, I'll put him in hidden potential for now, because I need to see some more lizard after his adjustment. We might see it in Koa. We don't know. We might see some lizard gaming in Koa. I hope we do. Koa's coming very soon. Obviously, Koa is definitely going to impact this list. So this is like the pre-Koa list. So maybe I'll do like a post-Koa hype tier list after we see some, you know, the latest strategies coming out from the players. I don't know if Fool's Gold will be available in Koa. I think that he is. But Puppeteer, I know, is too new to be in Koa. Anyway, enough about Koa. Next up, we've got Bloody Queen. And Bloody Queen, I have a bit of a bias towards because I don't really like her that much. I really hate fighting this character. But to me, you know, I'm actually gonna put her below Clerk. I think Bloody Queen's kind of boring. I can't say boring. I put her in fun to watch, but like, I think like for as often as she appears, like she's not as exciting. Like she's not exciting like up here. She has Mirror, and like Mirror to me is just, it's not exciting because like it's something that's far away. You can't even really see it, and it's immune to like everything. Like there's nothing. It's immune. The only thing that like stops the mirror is Bloody Queen's main body. So like if there's something in the way of Bloody Queen main body, the mirror obviously can't go through it. And if you harass the main body, the mirror will get harassed as well. But there's no counterplay against the mirror if you're like just, you know, one-to-one, toe-to-toe with her. There's nothing you can do. Like you have flywheel or a speed boost. If you don't have anything like that, get GGs. You're getting hit unless you can mind game it, which is like pretty hard because the hitbox is like massive. And I think that's kind of lame. Obviously, she does have some sauce where she can, you know, swap at the mirror into 2-story areas. You can counterplay the mirror by going into 2-story areas, dropping down and whatnot. But she can also do drop-down mirror hits, which is crazy from 2-story areas. I know there's like that place in Hotel where she loves doing that near the God Palette area. So you can go for the drop-down mirror hit and then just continue her pursuit. It can be pretty crazy. You know, for the most part, it's just like, it's the same thing over and over. Just, you know, use mirror, get a hit, then swap with mirror, chase target. They use their abilities to run away. Then she gets mirror, and then they use flywheel. Or if they don't have flywheel, then they just die. And then she swaps with them. Or she gets a blink down, and then she chairs. And then she mirrors after the rescue happens. And it's just the same thing over and over again, dude. I think Bloody Queen's actually, you know what? I'm putting Bloody Queen lower. I don't even care. She's low. She's just not exciting to me. I don't know, man. She's just not as exciting. Again, personal opinion. You could have her up here. I don't even care. I just don't think she's that hype. I just don't think she's that hype. Speaking of not hype characters, Bon, the lamest character in the game. He chases you with bombs. He spams bombs. When you die, he puts you in a chair and he sits there. That's it. That's what he does. That's his game. He's a tie god. In tournament, he's a tie god. They play him for ties. That's it. They play him. He's the safe pick for a tie. He's safe and he's boring. And there's this, again, every character in this game can cook, like I said, but more like 90% of games are just him sitting in a chair and getting a tie because his camping is just so good. Especially if he's got basements, like, oh great, they're gonna sell. It's like they sell one character and it's like, can he get another down? Yay. Like he's always gonna bring excitement, blinker, teleport. Maybe I guess Peeper Bonbon was a thing for a while, but like it's just always just like one of those traits, which I guess is like the case for, you know, a lot of the characters. But it's just like he just has no sauce. He is completely sauceless. Like bomb chaining is the only cool thing he has. That's all he has. Like that's it. Bomb chaining is all he has. There's nothing else is exciting about Bonbon. I'm sorry. Like, there's nothing else. He's so boring. Disciple is up next. Now this one is this one might make some people angry. I think a lot of people like watching Disciple. I don't. I don't like Disciple. I don't like Anne, man. I really don't like Anne. I don't like fighting her. And I don't really like watching her that much, because it kind of follows the same thing of Wax, where it's just, she stuns you. Yay. She steals your abilities. Yay. You know, it's just like the character, she's just so safe. She's just so safe, man. Like the jump is all, it's kind of like the thing. The jump, that's all she has. That's the only hype part about her is the jump. And don't get me wrong, the jump can be cool. The jump can be really cool, especially how you angle it. But like, when you send out cats toward a cipher and then you seal it, so it's like, okay, well now they can't decode. Or it's like you have a Ford who's coming in for harassment. Oh, we get to watch some Ford. Oh, nope, she sealed his ability. Now he can't harass. Like, yeah, that's obviously what she's supposed to do, but it's not fun to watch. Again, this is a spectator's perspective, so it's like, it's not exciting for me to watch when I see, like, you know, the characters that are coming in to do cool things, now they can't do their cool thing anymore because Disciple said no, cats. And honestly, I think whenever she just jumps towards you and the target is frozen, like, okay, and, like, yeah, there is some counterplay, but, like, it's just kind of boring to me. It's the stunning thing, dude. It's just, I don't like stuns. Stuns, and it's just a Hermit. Stuns, right? Stuns. And I honestly, the reason why I have Hermit higher, honestly, is because, like, the mind game of, like, the freaking charges and whatnot, the damage spreading, the fact that he can go so far away with his spirit bombs and whatnot. But Disciple only has jump. That's the only thing that makes her cool. Other than that, it's just stuns and neutralization. It's just such a defensive, boring gameplay. Her cat gameplay is so cringe, in my opinion. I'm sorry. I know this is heavily biased, but I think Disciple is just so lame. I think she is just so lame. I'm sorry. I know she seems fun to play. I can't lie. She seems fun to play. But I despise going up against this character. And whenever I watch her in tournaments or whatnot, like I'm just looking forward to Survivor's counterplay. I'm not really looking forward to, like, the end gameplay. Like, I saw a match with Zeus when I saw, like, a cat latched onto Aeroplanist as he was hovering. That was hilarious, dude. But that's not every Disciple match. That's like 1 in 100 Disciple matches. Most of the time when you watch a Disciple match, it's just ties, and that's just boring to me. Sorry. That's Again, this is a biased tier list. It's just my opinion, but I just don't like Disciple. I know a lot of people do like Disciple. I just think she's boring as heck. Not as boring as these three, but still pretty boring. Next up is Antonio. And I feel like a lot of people put Antonio kind of down here, but I like Antonio. I don't think he's, like, crazy insane, but I would put him right here. He's fun to watch because he's slow, but his notes are cool. They got the big range on the notes. When he gets the notes, it's really awesome. The demon notes slow people down, which, again, I said, like, slow versus slow isn't really that exciting, which I totally get. The demon notes are kind of whatever. They do help in the chase, but, like, from a spectator perspective, it's kind of like just whatever, because, like, slow versus slow is not as fun as fast versus fast. But the full presence is so cool. I love the full presence. Like, the sound design of Antonio, amazing. And, like, the full presence with the ding, 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 like, that is the biggest hitbox in the game. Like, obviously you can stand in between the lines and dodge it, but there's no character in the game that has, well, actually that's a lie, Naiad. Naiad can make puddles bigger than that. But besides, like, Naiad puddles, there's no character in the game that has a AoE attack that is that big. Like, it's insane how big it is, dude. I guess well, Mad Eyes can have the walls. I'm not thinking about it, but, like, yeah, I guess Mad Eyes walls can hit everywhere. But, like, from an initial, like, hitbox of just, like, the ding, 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 like, that's crazy, dude. It covers so much range. And, like, if you're not in between the lines, you're gonna die. And even the thing is, you have to try and, like, stay in between lines. He can just come up and basic hit you if he's trying to stand in between the lines. So it forces you to go, like, in between lines, and he'll just catch up to you and kill you. So, yeah, I love Antonio. A bit of a bias, yeah, but I love Antonio. He's not, like, hype, like, super hype, but he's fun to watch. He's fun to watch. Sculptor is fun to watch. Yep. Yeah, no. Yeah, toward the bottom, I fun to watch. I like Sculptor, but again, slow. I think projectiles are kind of boring. Like, projectile spamming is just not as exciting as, like, scrapping. I don't think, like, just spamming projectiles. Like, there are some characters up here that have, like, some projectiles, but a lot more, like, basic hits. Like, Axby has a single projectile, Solar has a projectile. I guess you could argue Mad Eyes has the walls. Wheel has the snap. But he has to like hit you with the wheel form to even do the snap effectively. So, but otherwise, like there's not many projectile kind of stuff up here. Like there's this like very like kind of niche stuff. Like there's like she's just projectile spam. She's just projectile spamming. It's just statue stand. Like obviously there are really good statues that you can place, and a good sculptor is fun to watch. Like there's some really crazy statue placements that she can get. And then like when she sets up the first presence thing where she can throw the sculpting tool and then like hit some people from far away, that's pretty cool. It helps out with her map presence. But her chase is just kind of slow. It kind of just follows like the same game plan every time of just like follow survivor, hit them with statue, and then that or force them to get a basic hit. And I've seen sculptors miss the basic hit so often because her attack speed is so slow. I still wish like they'd nerf Naiad attack speed and buff Sculptor attack speed. I think that would just like make them a little cooler, because I don't know. I feel like I just don't know why her attack speed is just so slow. It just feels kind of weird to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just because like the statue jankiness and how they can just shove you around is kind of hard to avoid in like enclosed areas. But like, I don't know, man. I just don't know. But yeah, I do like Sculptor. It's just the fact that and she could be a little higher. Again, I also just don't see her enough as well. So maybe she could be down here a little bit in the rarely seen hidden potential kind of thing. But like, I don't know. She's just pretty standard, has the same game plan every time. Doesn't really feel like she adapts too often. Yeah, I could be wrong, but All right, Opera Singer. Opera Singer is so dummy fast. But the comps against her and the game plans against her, the counterplay against her, while unique, is pretty similar. It's pretty same. Like it's kind of the same stuff that you see all the time. It's like round 1 Opera Singer every time. The counterplay to her is like Gardener, Lucky Guy, Magician, just like kind of stalling based characters, tide turner characters. And while I do think Opera herself is really cool with how fast that she is, it's just the counterplay against her has kind of just developed into more stalling gameplay as opposed to like actually kiting, which I don't really like. But she herself is an exciting character, I can't lie. I'll probably put her like right here. She would probably be like up here if it wasn't for how like lame the counterplay was against her. I say lame. It's like unique, but it's more just it's like stalling. But I think I can't. No, she's hype. I can't lie. Like it's unique, but like it's more just like because you never know how it's gonna end because I have to play so well. And there are just so many like little ways to. Yeah, you know what? She's hype. I don't even care. She's hype. Bottom of hype, but she's hype. I have to at least put her in hype. She's just fast. She's just too fast to not put in hype. I'm sorry. She's just too fast. Like I like Opera Singer. I like her. I hate fighting her, man. She's just so dummy good. She's dummy broken, and the entire like meta revolves around her now. But I can't deny that she's just so cool. The only two things that make her lame are the oversaturation of her, like in tournaments, of just how often she's played in round 1s, and the counterplay of just like spam tide, chair, spam tide, chair, stuff like that. That's the part that's kind of boring. But she herself is really cool, in my opinion. And finally, for the last hunter, we've got Fool's Gold. And Fool's Gold is also going to fall into rarely seen hit potential. He's just too new. He is too new. Yep, just too new. I don't think he's reached his full potential yet. Honestly, if I'm going to be real with you, if I'm putting I'm gonna do a quick like thing. If I'm putting any of these 3 characters in any other tier, Ember is gonna go into probably top of fun to watch. Probably below Percy. Probably right here. Ember's gonna go here. Either Reptilian's probably gonna be like right here. Actually no, probably a top of exciting. And then Fool's Gold is probably gonna be like. He's probably gonna be mid. He's probably gonna be like right above. He's probably gonna be right here. But I'm gonna put him down here for now because I don't think he's reached his full potential. The thing about Fool's Gold is he's weak. He's pretty weak. His early game is so bad. His axe to like get the speed is like, oh my gosh, that's really good, right? You think it's really good on paper. It's actually terrible. It's really bad. Like the speed is nice to do one thing, get to a different area, like fast, to catch up to somebody. It's good to like close in on a first target at the beginning of the match, like really nice. It's like if you have spawn selection, let's say you spawn in a straight line towards the survivor, you just throw the axe and zoom, you're already there, boom, cool. But now that I know that you're caught up to them, now you just have to like, start doing like the transitional kiting. Like you tight kite him and then you just like drop a pallet and then run away. And then he throws his axe, pulls his axe back, and then just go to the next area, bait the axe swing, go to the next area. It's just constantly baiting the axe swings, and then like, yeah, that's all that it is. That's all that it really is, dude. And he has the rock that he can set up, and at full presence when he holds down the axe, he can just throw it immediately, and boom, he gets the hit. But he's just kind of slow. He's just kind of slow. He's got good range. It's weird that I feel like he's slow, but he has good like walk speed and he has a good range. It's just weird that I feel like he's slow most of the time. I don't know. But yeah, it's just like, and then he's camping. His camping is really good, but again, campy hunters aren't nearly as exciting as you know, the fast chase ones in my opinion. So yeah, I'm gonna put him down here for now because I still haven't seen, you know, the top players, you know, bring him out, see that full hidden potential of him. So yeah, he's gonna go into here for now. Finally, we have the ultimate bias, my main Entomologist, MELLY. Yeah, she's the best. Oh, she is the best, dude. I love MELLY. Again, this is my bias, so maybe something like this. I love MELLY though. I freaking love MELLY. She's like at the top of every tier list for me, dude. She's so cool. Bees, speed. You can go faster. That's cool. Set up your own pallets with the bees. That's cool. Bait hunters to swings. That's cool, right? That's all cool. She can set up wax on the vaulting thing so you can vault faster. Set up some support for some teammates. You can bait swings with you know, shoving bees into the hunter to like bait swings while they're chasing a teammate. You can set up stuff for teammates like that. You can forward stun into the bees and whatnot. It's crazy, dude. Like there's so many things that you can combo with MELLY in, and when she's paired up with Cheerleader, she goes insane because she can bait swings, let her bees call her bees back completely, so she has 20-second cooldown. Cheerleader cheers her, and then boom, her bees are already back. She has crouch canceling techniques that she can do with her bees. It's just crazy, dude. She can surround herself with the bees and then shove the bees toward the hunters. It's crazy, dude. She has so much hidden potential, so much tech, and she's insanely fun to watch. Insanely fun to watch. Such a good kiting character. Her support is like a little weaker than other characters, but it's still there. It's still there. You can't like ignore the bee support. It is always going to be there. It is always going to be helpful. And I absolutely love MELLY. She's so cool. She has no debuffs aside from being a little bit weak to mind games, because if you try to mind game like a pallet, the hunter can see you, because whenever the entomologist leaves the hunter site, they will actually see her for an extra 2 seconds, which is why I think I'm pretty bad at mind games, because the hunter can always see me. They can always see where I'm going. But otherwise, I absolutely love Entomologist. He's a very solid high tier character in the meta, and always going to be one of my favorite characters to watch, just because she feels like she can just do everything. She can rescue, she can decode, she can support, and she can kite. She can do it all, dude. And I love that about her. She's just so awesome. MELLY, she's so fun. And aesthetically, the bees, like who flies on the bees, dude? That's just so cool. She literally flies on the bees. That's awesome. Like, come on. That just looks cool. Like, I'm sorry, dude. It just is cool from a visual perspective, too. Such a cool character, dude. Such a cool character. I absolutely love MELLY. And then even when, again, like with other characters, when their items run out, she can pick up another item. Yep, so it's not like, you know, Acrobat, when he runs out of bombs he can't use anymore. She can pick up another item afterwards, so... Yeah, I really love MELLY. I'm super biased towards her. That is no secret. MELLY's awesome. Definitely at the top of hype for me. If I tried to rate her without my bias, she'd probably be like maybe. I can't. I love Entomologist so much. I can't rate her without my bias. I don't know. Other people might try to put her down like somewhere around here, probably around like maybe like right here. I don't know. But I think she's just too cool, dude. She is just too cool. So yeah, that is the Survivor tier list of who I think is the hypest characters versus the lamest characters in the game. And here is the hunter side for the hypest versus lamest in the game. So yeah, definitely let me know your opinions. Obviously, your list could be completely different from mine. This is 100% subjective, not objective by any means. So you are completely fine to feel any different way toward any of these characters. And if you want to, you know, let me know like why you think a character should be higher, why you think a character should be lower. Definitely let me know. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people upset about the Disciple placements, a lot of people upset about the Clerk placement, maybe some people upset about the Opera Singer, and maybe even the Mad Eyes. I don't know. I know there's gonna be some disagreements in there, but yeah, definitely let me know what you think. You know, there's a reason why tier lists are fun, is because everybody has different opinions, right? If it was just one objective tier list, it wouldn't be like nearly as fun to, you know, have these tier lists, right? The whole point is that we have differing opinions and we can talk about them, and that's what makes the discussion so fun. So yeah, let me know about your thoughts on this tier list in the comments. I'm curious to read all of it. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.